Kimchi, the globally beloved side dish, which is Korea's staple food. It is being acknowledged as a highly nutritious superfood. The Korea Kimchi Festival, enjoyed with the Americans. Kimchi captivated palates all around the world.
I love kimchi!
2021 Korea Kimchi Festival. Global #1 superfood, kimchi. Los Angeles, the city in the west coast of the U.S. It is especially known for its populous Korean community. It's easy to spot Korean signboards everywhere. Korean events often take place in the residence of the Consul General of the Republic of Korea in Los Angeles. How was this event, which garnered great interest despite the COVID-19 situation? 2021 Korea Kimchi Festival. Not only locals, but also around 200 figures from all walks of life, including politicians and business persons, gathered. Event staff checked the guest list.
먼저 해야 돼요.
요거 끼고 이거는 여기다 놔두고
네, 다 보고 세퍼레이트 하시면서 정리를 하세요.
누가 10번까지.
This coming November 22nd, the first Kimchi Day will be celebrated with various events prepared by the Consulate General of Korea and related organizations. Come and join us in making and tasting this healthy dish.
이번 행사의 특별한 취지라고 하면은 그동안의 그 어떤 한국 간의 갈등, 또 라틴계의 그 시민들과의 갈등, 그러한 것들을 전부 해소하는 방안으로 우리가 김치의 그 버무림 행사를 통해서 우리의 김장 문화를 알리고, 또한 이렇게 서로 화합하는 차원에서 소통과 그런 그 갈등의 계기를 멀리 날려보내고 새롭게 서로 뭉치자는 의미에서 이런 행사를 마련했습니다.
Due to fervent demand for the Korean wave in the U.S., a special K-pop dance performance was arranged. The rehearsal for the K-pop dance performance has begun. K-pop is very popular all over the world. Bands like BTS and Blackpink are selling out in the U.S. and international stadiums within minutes. Today, the world's interest in Korean food is as high as its interest in K-culture.
Meaning of this Korean festival, it's huge. It being a diversity and inclusion event, we had a huge Korean government support along with the Korean American community, and mainstream U.S. is supporting this event. As you all know, K-pop, we have a Korean drama, entertainment. Korean entertainment food is front and center, getting lots of spotlight. So with this event, it'll be yet another opportunity for us to go ahead and introduce what Korea and Korean food is all about.
캘리포니아주에는 김치의 날이 생겼다고 합니다. 캘리포니아에서 이영현 특파원이 전해왔습니다.
지난 월요일 캘리포니아주 의회는 우리 정부가 김치의 날로 정한 11월 22일을 캘리포니아주 김치의 날로 지정하는 결의안을 표결에 붙였습니다.
Making this year, 2021, as the first ever California Kimchi Day.
결과는 만장일치 통과.
House resolution is adopted.
결의안에는 특히 한국이 김치 종주국이라는 설명과 함께 김치의 역사를 알리는 내용이 담겼습니다. 미국에서 김치의 인기는 꾸준히 높아지면서 지난해 6,190톤, 우리 돈 260억 원어치가 팔렸습니다.
The interest in kimchi is passionate and tangible, as was proved by the designation of Kimchi Day by the Californian state capitol last August.
have like a presence like you. It just makes sense. Oh my God. For prosecutors, when we were first, promoting it, we were prosecutors.
다양한 인종과 문화가 공존해 있는 이곳 LA에서 열리는 김치 페스티벌에 참여하여 세계인들에게 김치 문화와 대한민국을 알리는 좋은 기회가 되어서 기쁩니다.
In the US, an early adopter of the Korean wave, kimchi is no longer an unfamiliar food. White kimchi, diced radish kimchi, cucumber kimchi, young radish kimchi. Various types of kimchi are on exhibit. It also demonstrated making kimchi on the spot. After pickled cabbage in salt, it is a method of mixing the seasoning. There was also an exhibition introducing Korean kimchi. Kimchi products exported around the world could be seen in one place. The kimchi booth is also making food. It is a kimchi nacho chip with cheese and fried kimchi. And various dishes using kimchi were displayed.
Oh, very good.
영양적인 부분 그리고 채소 위주의 음식을 주도하는 문화가 요즘 미국에서도 많은 트렌드를 보이고 있습니다. 그런 부분에 있어서는 저희 한국 제품들이 그 핵심이 되지 않을까라고 저희도 기대를 하고 있습니다.
Various foods using kimchi are already sold as products. Now you can meet kimchi dishes anywhere in the world.
이런 행사를 가짐으로써 우리 한국 음식 문화를 많은 이 국가의 국민들한테 알리고 우리 교민들한테 자긍심을 심어주는 이런 계기가 될 것입니다. 그리고 저희 공사에서는 우리 K푸드의 원활한 수출과 그리고 대한민국 미래 먹거리 창출을 위해서 끊임없는 우리 신사품 개발과 물류비 지원, 홍보 등 아끼지 않고 지원할 수 있도록 최선의 노력을 다하겠습니다.
이번 김치 페스티벌은 미서부 한식 세계화협회하고 LA 총영사관에서 같이 이제 주관내서 준비를 하고 있고요. 그 외에도 여러 풀몬이라든가 KBS 여러 기관들에서 다 이렇게 지원을 해주셔가지고 아주 많이 이제 기관들이 모여서 진행하고 있습니다.
Many other events were prepared. This is a kimchi pancake with kimchi in flour dough. Boiled pork slices form a perfect match with newly made kimchi and is a staple dish for Korean festivities.
원래 한국에 김장하는 날은 수육하고 같이 먹는 게 전통이잖아요. 그래서 오늘 수육을 준비한 거예요.
And there are various Korean snacks prepared. Honey rice cake is a popular snack with a chewy and sweet taste. An introduction will be made on the kimjang culture, in which everyone gathers around to make kimchi.
Oh yeah.
There is a special spicy sauce for the kimchi.
You like kimchi?
I love kimchi.
Why?
It's very nice fermented cabbage and it's very spicy. But there's so many types of different kimchi. So I enjoy all of them. I think it's just so tasty, so good. I think it also kills COVID, I have a feeling. Because I eat a lot of kimchi all the time. And I don't have COVID.
올 7월 기준 이탈리아와 스웨덴의 사망자가 100만 명당 500명을 넘었지만 한국 등 아시아 국가는 10명을 밑돈되는 김치를 먹는 식습관이 주된 역할을 했다는 분석도 나왔습니다.
Kimchi may be one of the major reasons for low COVID death rates and severity in Korea, and possibly for the low level of infections you see now, in contradistinction to Europe and the US.
Is for the 11 common ingredients that go into making kimchi. And also in Korean, there's a saying that one by one ingredients come together to make kimchi. 하나하나 재료가 모여서 김치를 만듭니다. And the 22 is for the 22 health benefits that kimchi has, some of which include probiotics, vitamin B, producing new collagen, lactic acid, and fiber even. AT CEO President Mr. Chun Jin Kim is right here in the front too. They will also be doing the kimchi making. From the city of Los Angeles, Councilman John Lee. The Philippine Consul General in Los Angeles, Consul General Edgar Barriaro Badajoz. Also from the LA City Attorney Office, Director of Community Engagement.
Hello everyone. Today is Korea Kimchi Day and California Kimchi Day. Nice to meet you. I am Bernard J. Korean Food Global Association President. Today, you will make kimchi, tasty, and experience making kimchi. We also experience K-food, K-old music, K-fashion, and K-food. We are now announcing the opening of the 2021 Korea Kimchi Festival. 선언합니다. 감사합니다.
예, 안녕하십니까. LA 총영사 박경재입니다. Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, it is my great honor and pleasure to announce the opening of 2021 Korea Kimchi Festival. Last year, the Korean government has designated Kimchi Day of November 22nd as a legal anniversary in order to promote kimchi culture around the world. And last August, California government designated November 22nd as California Kimchi Day for the first time in the US. To commemorate Kimchi Day, the Korean Consul General in LA hosts Korea Kimchi Festival every year. This year's festival is more meaningful as the first big event since California Kimchi Day was established. I would like to take this opportunity to thank California Assembly Member Stephen Choi, Sharon Cox Silva, and Senator Dave Min, who took the lead in enacting California Kimchi Day. It will greatly contribute to popularize kimchi as a representative health food in the world. Currently, New Jersey and Argentina are also pushing for the enactment of Kimchi Day following California. Board member Janet Burt, Cindy Sheen, and all other staff members for their tireless efforts in preparing today's event and promoting kimchi to the United States and around the world.
2021 코리아 김치 페스티벌을 진심으로 축하합니다. 저는 지난 8월 23일 캘리포니아 주의가 해외 최초로 김치의 날을 제정하는 현장에 있었습니다. 대한민국이 우리 민족의 역사와 함께 김치의 유일한 종주국임을 이역만리 미국 의회에서 선포되는 그 벅찬 순간을 지금도 잊을 수가 없습니다. 더욱 뜻깊은 것은 캘리포니아 주의에서 뿌려주신 씨가 전 세계에 퍼져서 지난 10월 6일 아르헨티나 의회에서 김치의 날 제정을 선포했습니다. 또 내년 초에는 미 동부 지역인 뉴욕주 그리고 워싱턴주와 또 뉴저지주 등 많은 주에서 김치의 날 제정을 우리 교민들과 함께 추진하고 있습니다. 또 호주에서도 김치의 날 제정을 추진하는 등 전 세계적으로 확산하는 계기가 됐고 또한 결실을 맺고 있다는 보고의 말씀도 올립니다. 김치 수출도 폭발적으로 증가해서 10월 말 기준 1억 3천만 불을 돌파 전년 대비 14% 성장하는 등 K푸드를 대표하는 식품으로서뿐만 아니라 농가 소득 증가에도 기여하는 효자 상품으로서 크게 성장하고 있습니다. 한국 농수산식품의 해외 진출을 전담하는 지원기관의 수장으로서 큰 보람과 함께 앞으로도 김치뿐만 아니라 K푸드의 해외 진출 확대를 위해 혼신의 힘을 다하겠다는 약속을 드립니다. 이 자리에 계신 모든 분들이 대한민국 김치를 전 세계에 알리는 홍보 대사가 되어주실 것을 간곡히 부탁드리면서 인사를 마치겠습니다.
네, 여러분 안녕하십니까? 한식진흥원 이사장 임경숙입니다. 반갑습니다. 먼저 캘리포니아 주의회에서 11월 22일을 김치 날로 지정해 주신 점에 대해서 깊이 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 오늘 이 자리는 캘리포니아주 김치 날을 기념하여 처음으로 열리는 김치 페스티벌 행사라서 더욱 뜻 깊은 날 자리로 생각됩니다. 한반도에서 멀리 떨어진 이곳 LA에서 김치를 매개로 세계를 한마음 한뜻으로 모으는 행사가 개최되는 것에 대해서 깊이 축하드립니다. 네, 전 세계는 지금 잘 아시듯이 한류 열풍으로 BTS라든지 오징어 게임, 김치 등 한국 문화에 대한 관심이 날로 증가하고 있습니다. 네, 아울러 미래를 향한 멋진 꿈을 키우고 계신 LA 시민 여러분과 특히 오늘 이 자리에 참석해 주시고 준비하시라고 정말 몇 날 며칠 수고해 주신 모든 분들께 이 자리를 빌어서 저의 따뜻한 사랑을 전하고요. 또 건강과 행운을 기원드립니다. 네, 감사합니다. 오늘 이 행사를 더욱더 즐기시기 바랍니다. 사랑합니다, 여러분.
Thank you very much. You should really enjoy this event. I love you all.
저희가 11월 22일, 즉 오늘을 캘리포니아의 김치의 날로 주 하원의 HR 52로 해서 지난 8월 23일 저희들이 휴정에 들어가기 전에 만장일치로 통과를 해서 이제 11월에 맞아가지고 여러 지역에서 이런 김치 행사를 하게 됨을 굉장히 기쁘게 생각합니다. 저희가 결의문을 통과시키는 것은 그 나름대로 의미가 있지만은 그 날을 기념하기 위해서 이런 팔로우업 행사가 있게 됨으로써 외국인들을 초청하고 또 김치가 무엇인가를 알려주고 맛도 보게 하고 이렇게 함으로써 김치가 세계화되는 데 도움이 되지 않을까 오늘 생각해서 오늘 LA 총영사관저에서 외국에서 오신 여러 외교관들을 모시고 또 한국에서 김치에 관련된 한국 음식에 관련된 여러 기관의 기관장님들이 같이 오셔가지고 오늘 김치의 날을 제정한 것을 기념하기 위해서 오늘 이 자리에서 축제를 숏 김치 페스티벌을 하게 된 것을 굉장히 기쁘게 생각합니다.
Social media ambassadors were selected to promote the Korean Kimchi Festival. Famous influencers eagerly promoted kimchi on social media.
Hi guys, here's how to make kimchi. Some rice. So later, if you would like some rice, I think one of our staff can help you bring some over.
ahead and...
This is how you make dubu kimchi. Ooh. All you really need is some kimchi and some tofu. High heat, splash of oil, 400 grains of kimchi. Saute your kimchi for about 5 minutes. Half a tablespoon of garlic, half a tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, tablespoon of pepper flakes, and half a tablespoon of sesame seed. All right, now mix that joint up. Boil some water, add a little bit of salt. All right, we're gonna chop up some tofu. All right, we're gonna touch this for a quick minute. Give it a quick rinse. And we're gonna finish with some sesame seed. Ooh. By the way, this kimchi's vegan. This joint organic too. So there's a Korean kimchi festival going on November 22nd in LA. It's being promoted by the Korean government. Also, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Pulmuwon for choosing me as the Korean American chef to promote the Kimchi Day. 여보세요. Happy Kimchi Day. 안녕.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. Wow, look at this epic thing. This is their kimchi cheese fries. See, I told you it is very Korean, these American dishes here. These kimchi fries, man, there is so much going on in these kimchi fries, and I love how colorful it is too. Be sure to get a little bit of everything, the sauce, the ham, as well as the fries itself. That is so interesting.
If you can please join me on stage. And this will be presented to 경숙 임. 이사장님 잠시 무대 위로 올라와 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Thank you very much for inviting me today. City Attorney, I am delighted to recognize Kimchi Day here in Los Angeles. I have never made kimchi before. This will be a first-time experience for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations. Have a wonderful celebration. I think it's especially important for us to celebrate the Korean American community. Here in Los Angeles, we have one of the largest Korean communities outside of Seoul anywhere in the world. And for us to be able to celebrate this today tells us how much we respect and appreciate the Korean American community and Korean culture here in the city of Los Angeles.
We have a special performance for you, Korean traditional folk music, along with the 한복 show. So 여기 무대 준비하겠습니다.
The 2021 Korea Kimchi Festival has commenced. The traditional Korean instrument performances are moving the hearts of the audience in a mysterious way.
We have a special performance for you, Korean traditional folk music, along with the 한복 show. So 여기 무대 준비하겠습니다. Please put your hands together for our traditional music performers, Ji-hyun Kim, Hisa Yu, and Suk Reski.
Next, the Korean Royal Hanbok Show started.
And now we also have the Queen on stage, Miss Sky Bong. The Queen is wearing a chogi. It was usually made with red silk and had gold embroidered special wedding day.
It is a Korean royal hanbok worn by kings and queens during the Joseon dynasty.
Is our bride 박씨입니다. Miss 권혜진. She's wearing a hwaro, which was worn by princesses as a formal dress for the upper class women, and also as a bridal wear for ordinary women. There are lots of
The hope is that not only kimchi, but also Korean culture becomes widely known.
Our photo dessert model is Mr. Lee Chang-woo. Hanbok is what we call this military official's uniform. It is comprised of an inner robe, donggari, and a black sleeveless long vest called Chi, who coordinated the hanbok show. She's wearing a hanbok. Or kimchi 버무림, kimchi making, kimchi mixing.
The appetizer for any time too, and it's super.
Once again, count of three, everyone. I love kimchi. Okay? 자, once again, count of three, everyone. I love kimchi. Okay? 자, 1, 2, 3. I love kimchi.
Extra salt. If you think about the cabbage, the leafy side is very thin, and the center, the root side is stem side is very thick. Your cabbage is going to be much smaller compared to what you had earlier. But once it's flexible like this, you can bend it like without any like breakage. That means your cabbage is ready. Then once your cabbage is ready, then you want to squeeze it gently. Growing while it's grinding, so make sure you rinse it 3 times. It really depending on how they're making at home. But today I believe we do have a delicious kimchi filling from Korea, and that one has their own family secret recipe actually. First, crushed sesame seed as well. And a little bit of sugar. It is really good food for, the lactic acid bacteria when you're making it. So for the fermentation, a little bit of sugar is very important. If you do have a restriction for the sugar, you can use artificial sweetener, that's totally fine. And of course, crushed sesame seed as well. And a little bit of sugar. It is really good food for, the lactic acid bacteria when you're making it. So for the fermentation, a little bit of sugar is very important. If you do have a restriction for the sugar, you can use artificial sweetener, that's totally fine. Or if you do have a fruits like Korean pear, Asian pear or apple, or sometimes at this time in this season we use persimmon, ripened persimmon as well. It also helps the kimchi, and at the same time it enhances the color as well. It's very important. So once you have your fish sauce in your salted shrimp as well. It really depending on the region where they come from. Some use salted seafood, some use fresh seafood as well. It really depending on it. So if you think about the Korea is the peninsula with less chili flake. That's totally fine. The only thing you need to think about is you cannot adjust the saltiness of it. That's the good thing about killing all the bad bacteria in the kimchi when it is fermenting. So that is why when you're fermenting kimchi, all the bad bacteria is removed and enriched with the good bacteria, to be honest. Bacteria growing while it's grinding, so make sure you rinse it 3 times so that it will squeeze out their moist, and it will also help you to apply, better for you to apply on your kimchi as well. The paste, the chili fillings you do have at this moment, it's been made. That is the one made from Korea, so I don't know how many days been. possibly more than a week. So it's very juicy and flavorful as well. Cabbage correctly, you're not gonna have a kimchi. You might gonna have a rotten cabbage, to be honest. I remember one of my friends made a kimchi. She didn't like salty food, so she only used the pig. So you want to salt towards to the stem side. So that is why you want to layer it. You want to salt it layer by layer with a little bit more extra salt towards to the stem. Kimchi making, kimjang, always bring Korean very good memory, when you are making it. Because when we were young, we always gather at grandma's house with uncle's family, aunt's family all together and make kimchi all together. I remember we had a mountain of Korean cabbage. At least, I believe at least it was 100 more head of the cabbage, right? And split it into each family, which was really good. But when I was young, I didn't know how hard it is. We just enjoyed to play and the bosan actually at the end. Our announcer, TV already introduced.
That's good. That's good.
On such a memorable to be here to do kimchi. Have been served the boiled beef. To be here to do kimchi.
You got it right. So first time, but hopefully definitely not the last time to make kimchi.
I think mine is gonna win.
Really? So you think your things is going very well?
Very well. See? Perfect.
Are you sure? But I think on your left side, she's thing is more better than you, I think.
We should see what the judge says. Hope it's gonna be as good. I love kimchi.
Very little amount of salt, but ended up with have her kimchi involved in. The 10 parts of water, 1 part of salt. So if you're using 10 cups of water, 1 cup of salt needed for your salted water, the brine. So once you have your brine,
This thing looks gorgeous now. So have you ever eaten kimchi before?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite is oi kimchi. I have to admit, I love the oi kimchi. Our daughter eats it at lunch for school. She packs some rice and some kimchi, and it's definitely a family favorite, a family staple. And I never heard of it before I met John Lee.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard of kimchi.
So then now you can know how to make kimchi, right?
I know, the mystery is solved. Absolutely.
So after about this show,
We have been relying on his mom to make it for us because I didn't know that we can make it.
So then now you know how to make kimchi.
Now I know how to make it.
then
I thought you had to put it in bottles and bury it.
So then at home, can you try to make a kimchi for your husband?
Absolutely.
Yo,
Absolutely.
all right. You have that on camera.
record.
I'm gonna need that on film.
First we gotta
for
finish
to
all
say
this.
like that.
Yes.
So.
We're gonna get through this. Absolutely. Yes. I thought it was a lot more complicated. I'm actually.
Well, we had all the ingredients given to us.
Yeah, well, we need the doenjang, right? Is that doenjang? Doenjang, and I really, the mystery of what it is, his mom's always done the magic, so now I know.
So then, are you sure you can make a similar about her mother's kimchi?
Similar, well, the secret's in the sauce, right? So I'm gonna have to decipher the sauce, try different doenjangs and figure that part out, and how to ferment the cabbage, which I think is a whole nother.
I think that's afterwards.
Yeah? Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I think this is a very great experience. And learning this for my very first time. I have a lot of Korean friends that really eat a lot of kimchi. This is the first time I've actually made it. I'm not experienced in eating it, but I think I must try it this time. This will be my first time ever trying it. So I'm looking forward to it. So I might even take a taste for the first time right now. gonna take my mask off? I'm gonna try it right now.
So first, the main ingredients are going to be Korean cabbage, Korean chili.
This will be my first time ever trying Korean. Wow. Very good. Seasoned to perfection. But, woo! Got a kick on it. How was it? I rubbed it really good. Actually, it's pretty good.
So this is your first time kimchi, right?
No.
No, you eat it before. Oh, then what's your feeling about kimchi now?
Very good.
Excuse me. Really good. I could go for some rice with it, but really good. Tangy, tart, potent, but just really nice. Like a really good like refresher, like in between meat. Love it.
So I just wonder that your thing and your father's thing, which thing is better, you think?
Which one's better?
Yeah, which thing is better?
Well, I think I have the Korean blood, so I think mine is better. I mean, let the camera see. Let the camera see. Really nice. I really went in between each layer, really massaged it, let it marinate nice and well, and I think I did an excellent job. I think if you're not dirty, it's not good. So.
I'm gonna disagree with that because I'm a better massage at this stuff than she is. So mine is really well maintained and soft to the touch.
Mine has
very
a
good.
really nice like teardrop shape going on. It's very neat, very precise, pristine, beautiful. Looks like it could belong in a museum, and it's just amazing. Great experience overall. Delectable.
Very good. Wow.
The best way to enjoy your busam is I usually pull maybe 3 leaves from the dried cabbage leaves and have my busam on the top of the cabbage and have a little bit of fillings on the top of it, so you can have it this way. It can be even the appetizer for any time too, and it's super delicious. Right? That's the way, you know, like always my mom, you want some, or my grandma always told me you want some too, right? So that's the best way you can enjoy it. And make sure you rinse it 3 times. To be a chef is, you know, like to have some as well, right? The fresh radish, it's gonna take a little bit to make it a little bit more.
So
Very fresh. It hasn't been fermented yet, but it's really good.
So I heard that you came here for about celebrate this show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about this show?
I think it's wonderful.
Why?
Because everyone gets to know about kimchi, which has so many health benefits and it's so good for you. And now everyone gets to try it.
The last question. What do you think? Which thing is better? You make and the chef made?
That's a hard one. But I'm gonna. That's a tough one. But I'm gonna go with mine because it's made with love in my own hands.
What do you think about kimchi?
Well, kimchi is when and back then I've been eating, but I like the taste of the spiciness and then the cabbage tastes very good. I mean, it's similar to our Cambodian food. I'm from the Royal Cambodian Council General of Cambodia in Long Beach, California. But they talk about kimchi is just really, for us, we eat, it's similar to kind of ingredient, but really good. I like kimchi.
So which is
We have the pickled cabbage, and we have to boil similar to that, but the sauce is really completely different because this is really spiciness, and then give the better flavor. It's different taste actually. Yeah, but I like it. Yeah.
The first time when I traveled with my family, maybe I was a teenager or less maybe, and then we went to a authentic Korean restaurant in Seoul, and they gave us a little side dish that was kimchi. And my origin is Indian, and although I didn't grow up eating a lot of spicy food, but it was very good because it was very cold, and kimchi made me sweat because it was so spicy.
The recently ever so popular K-pop dance performances are about to begin. NK Dance Los Angeles is a cover dance team working in LA. This team was created last year and consists of high school students. They have a strong passion for dance. K-pop is very popular all over the world. There are many dancing crews that make Korean dance covers. With the K-pop craze, Korean food also becomes popular. And at the center of it, we have Korean kimchi. K-pop has become a cultural icon shared by teenagers and those in their 20s everywhere. Everyone's interest is now moving from K-pop to K-fashion and K-food. Kimchi is also loved as a health food and is being exported to all corners. Korean kimchi is now flying to tables around the world with wings. It has become a global superfood loved by everyone. It is time to take pride in our kimchi, protect our kimchi, and make every effort to promote it directly to the world.
Once again, NK Dance Studio, there is Boomy Hwang. Wow!
The next dance team is called Jam. It's a dance team under Cal State University, Korean Culture Club. People find out about the nutritional value of Korean kimchi. More and more people around the world are looking for kimchi. K-pop and Korean culture, Korean food, and kimchi. All of this is connected as one. They call it Hallyu, the Korean wave, the idea that South Korean pop culture has grown in prominence to become a major driver of global culture, seen in everything from Korean dramas on Netflix to Korean skincare regimens dominating the cosmetics industry to delicious Korean tacos on your favorite local menu. And at the heart of Hallyu is the ever-growing popularity of K-pop, short, of course, for Korean pop music.
Wonderful festival, this Kimchi Festival right here in Sydney. We have a very strong Australian Korean.
I'm in? Yes.
The Korean wave has become an influential global phenomenon since the start of the 21st century, heavily impacting contemporary cultures, music industry, film industry, television industry, and behavioral aspects of various people throughout the world. As of the COVID-19 pandemic since 2020, the Korean wave is led by K-pop, with standout acts such as Blackpink and BTS, followed by K-dramas. The South Korean mass media and entertainment industry has caught up with English-speaking Western countries in terms of production value, technology, and talent.
This is masterpiece of kimchi, right?
I love kimchi.
Great experience. And since everything is now being accepted in regards to the Kimchi Festival here, I'm glad to be a part of this for the very first time. You know, I have a long history here in the Korean community. I've been working in the division since 1996. I remember when the Koreatown was just a couple of blocks long. Now it's stretched really, really wide. So thank you. I thank for you guys allowing me to participate.
It was wonderful to tap into my culture and make kimchi hands-on, literally. But it was really great experience, everything, and meeting all these people. It's definitely a festival that I'd like to come to again in the future, and it was just an all-around wonderful experience.
역시 준비가 잘 돼가지고 김치 머무는 버무리는데 아주 제가 선수가 될 것 같아요.
Very nice. A lot of people. I'm looking forward to relearning to make kimchi. I've learned a few times inside with their personal chef and with private teachers and event, but this is a much bigger event. All the sponsors, all the people.
이런 김치 데이와 김치 페스티벌을 통해서 우리가 우리의 문화를 또 타 커뮤니티에 알릴 수 있는 또 그런 그 좋은 기회가 되기 때문에 이렇게 하면서 또 다른 커뮤니티도 우리 문화에 대해서 또 많이 알게 되고 관심을 가져주는 것 같아서 그런 의미에서 더 중요한 행사라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
어떻게 이 김치 문화를 잘 전달할 수 있는 그런 정치계, 경제계, 문화계 인사들을 잘 골고루 초청을 했습니다. 그래서 이게 이제 우리 그 동포사회 제일 큰 동포사회를 가지고 있는 LAC를 중심으로 해가지고 많은 전 세계인들이 즐기시고 또 LA 동포사회에서도 이 김치가 전 세계인들이 즐김으로 해가지고 한국인으로서의 자부심을 가지고 그 김치 문화를 널리 또 홍보할 것으로 생각을 합니다.
In the US, an early adopter of the Korean wave, kimchi is no longer an unfamiliar food. The youth also enjoy it. Global #1, Korea's superfood, kimchi.